Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shamelessly V, where healing is loud, awakening is wild, and living is unapologetic. I'm your host, V, dancer of chaos, lover of conscious conversations, and your full-time permission slip for being exactly who you are. This episode is really special to me, not because it is my first episode, but it's because it's on a topic that has pretty much led me to this exact moment right here. So, a little backstory. For the past 4.5 or so years, 5 years, I've been saying that I wanted to start a podcast, like consistently telling people that I wanted to start a podcast. But there wasn't a lot of action that followed in that talking just talk, literally, to the point where I kind of started getting annoyed with myself. Like when I would tell somebody that I wanted to do this podcast, I didn't even believe myself anymore, and this started to trickle away in other parts of my life, and I started losing trust in myself and in my word of what I say I'm going to do and what I want to do and my abilities to do it. I'm a creative person through and through, so I just love creating things. I love dancing. I love singing, even though I'm not really that good at it. I love singing. I love watching movies. I think of myself in so many more ways, but I know that I just have wanted my own little baby, my own creation, where I have full creative direction of where it's going. So circling back here, I would start one thing and then I would move on to the next and move on to the next and so on. I can't tell you how many jobs that I've started and how many jobs that I've quitted pretty much right away because it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel like me. Even the jobs that I would say that I did like, it just still felt a bit suffocating and like it felt more of a survival thing. Like I just needed to pay my bills or I needed something to occupy my time. And if you have any dreams that you've pushed to the side and kind of ignored, I'm sure that you know the feeling where you just kind of get numb to it and you try to carry on with life. But when you neglect yourself, it shows up in so many other ways, and your relationships may start suffering. Maybe you resent other people and judge people really harshly for following their dreams and for going after things that they really want. And you do that because you didn't do that for yourself. You know, maybe you start dating people who aren't really that good for you, and you get upset with somebody because they're following their dreams, and you're saying, "Oh, you never care about you. You never give me attention. You're always working on this." Well, it's because you neglected yourself. It's not them neglecting you. It's you neglecting yourself. Or you open up Instagram and it's like you see somebody doing something good. Ugh, oh my gosh. Loser. My God, I can't believe she ever thinks that she's going to, you know what I'm saying? And I say that because I'm guilty of that as well. I think we all can put our hands up in the air and say we've done that at some point. Maybe not that harshly. I am, being a little over dramatic with that. But in ways we kind of all do that. Or maybe you experience anxiety and depression, or restlessness. You're always, moving around and you can't find a place where you feel like you fit in, or you're always worried about the future and what's going to come. And, your dreams are kind of like your GPS. They keep you aligned and in motion. And when you become stagnant in that, you go further and further and further away from yourself. I used to think that I'm not going to say I used to think, but I was really depressed and I had really bad anxiety, but it makes sense because I wasn't doing anything that filled me up. I wasn't dancing. This was when I was injured, mind you. So I wasn't able to dance for about 3.5 years. And that was all I ever did. That was my heart, my pride, my way of expressing myself. That was my full purpose, I thought, in my life at the time. And I wasn't doing that for a long time. And there really was no sign of when I'd be able to do it again. it was 3.5 years. And I was so nothing felt good. I was studying I was getting a degree in something that I had no real interest in doing it, but I kind of tricked myself into thinking oh, this is what I want to do. And I was hanging out with people that weren't the best for me, that didn't really fill me up with love, and who kind of were destructive in a way sometimes. But I just was really far away from myself. And This is kind of what that does when you get so reared off the far end and you're not following your intuition and your heart and your soul and what's fueling you. Maybe you start overcompensating in other areas of your life. Maybe you become super controlling of things and of people and of situations, guilty of that one as well. I'm super, super controlling. And that is something that I'm working so heavily on and something I'm learning to kind of just start to let go of. Maybe not following your dreams shows up as burnout, low energy. Oh, there's that, I say, a lot. I'm going to work on that for this video, but maybe, yeah, burnout, low energy, mental fog, money blocks. Neglecting your dreams has a price, and it's a very, very real one. So 5 years. 5 years. Why did it take me so long? And why does it take so many of us so long to just get started? Maybe this will sound familiar, but I've watched a lot of TV in my time. A lot of TV. And somewhere deep, deep, deep inside, maybe not that deep, but deep inside, I thought I was so special. I thought that I lived in Hollywood for a little bit of time. Maybe I was going to walk down the street. I was going to go to a coffee shop and I was going to run into somebody. We drop our coffee. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. He goes, oh my God, you are beautiful. Have you ever thought about acting? Me? No. Me? Yeah, well, I have a job for you. That's insane because I've always wanted to be an actress. This is my ticket. We were going to have just such good conversation. I was just going to walk into a place and all these things, all the things that I've ever wanted was just going to, and then after that, then I'm going to, create my own movie and I'm going to star in my own movie and then I'm going to dance. Best dance break that this world has ever seen. Then I'm going to sing in it. I'm going to sing in it. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is when I was younger. This is what I thought. And, yeah, a surprise. None of that happened. It was like I was waiting for my fairy godmother to just like come in and sweep me off my feet. My big break. It was time. Finally, all my dreams were going to come true. Or maybe if I talk about it enough and, like I say my morning and my nighttime affirmations enough, then all these things, all these amazing things were going to happen to me. I swear. But you know what I didn't do? Guess. Anybody? Anybody have a guess on what I didn't do? No? Okay, I'll tell you. The work. I did not do the work. I didn't do any of it. Because no way that would work. If I put in my energy, oh my gosh, that would be taken away from something else that I need to be doing. It's too hard. It's way too much to do. It costs a lot of money. I don't have enough time. There's not enough time in a day. There's only 24 hours. How could I get through this, and this in 24 hours? I just couldn't. People will laugh at me. People will make fun of me. But I see people on Instagram doing it. And I'm like, oh my God. They're so lucky. How come everything is happening for this person and not for me? Nothing's happening for me. I want to be a star. Why am I not making it on Broadway? I'm laughing at myself. But seriously, it's because I wasn't doing any of the work that was necessary for me to do anything, Like we see so many other people accomplishing their goals and we're just thinking like, why not us? Finding every reason for it to not work instead of going out and just doing the work that will make it happen. But since I was a kid, I would say a lot of things came fairly easy to me. And I did good at most things. I'm not going to say I did great, but I did good at most things. And when you're a kid, everything that you do is just, oh my God, you're amazing. You're going to do this. You're incredible. I don't know if I'm allowed to say fucking. I'm allowed to say fucking. It's my own show. Right? But it's like, I was fed that so much. And it was like an A for effort kind of thing. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. But here we are as an adult. And A for effort doesn't really do anything for you. And it's really, really hard to get applause at this point in life, especially when you see like there's 12-year-old CEOs, and I can't keep a job for longer than 6 months. It just feels like I'm so behind and it's stunting me. And then I get more behind by feeling like I'm so behind, so I just don't do anything, and I just kind of sit here and I just watch the world pass me. And I say, why does nothing? But I do a really, really good job at making it look like it's productive, like my waiting. I mean, really good. I've become a serial planner. I'm always planning things. I'm always filling my schedule with 1,000 things to do. But very little of that planning actually goes into effort towards my goals. But I'm so busy, and that's why I don't have any time to do anything. I start taking on other hobbies, which momentarily distract me. And anytime I get invited to anything, oh my gosh, suddenly I'm free. I have so much free time. I have so much free time to go hang out with my friends and to go traveling and to go do X, Y, and Z, but no time to go towards my dreams and my goals. And it's kind of ridiculous. And what is the point of this? Well, we're here, baby. I'm sick of it. I'm really sick of working for other people to make other people's dreams come true and watching the world pass me while my dreams sit in a coma. I'm sick of waiting for someone to give me permission to believe in myself and believe in my dreams and believe that I am capable of making those dreams a reality. Or waiting for the perfect time, waiting for everything to align, or waiting for the big, bright yellow sign that is pointing into this door, this one right here. This is the door that's going to make all those dreams come true. My fairy godmother to come swooping down and take me away. Take me to the land where, I'm living in my dharma, in my dream, all those things to happen. Sorry, I keep adjusting this. I feel like it just like goes down, but I'm like, maybe it's going down because I'm touching it. But no, I'm literally watching it go down slowly. Anyways, 27 years have gone by and I'm still waiting. The crazier thing is like when I reflect on it and think about all these signs have literally presented themselves to me. Like there was a perfect time. I've met people who've presented me opportunities on a silver platter, right? But the truth is I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for those opportunities. And I also wasn't ready for the responsibility that came with those responsibilities. The responsibilities that came with those responsibilities. No, I wasn't ready for the responsibility of the work and to step into that vision of myself. I was still holding on to an old version of myself, to a younger girl who still needed a hug and to be told that you were lovable and you were amazing and you were smart and you were talented. And yeah, I mean, that was a side note. I didn't mean to go there, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for those things. And I was looking for shortcuts. I was looking for easier routes. I was looking for ones that required less work, less sacrifice, more money, because I deserve that. But the truth is I wasn't ready to do the work. And I said that I deserve that as like kind of like a joke. Like we kind of just expect things, but we don't really put in any energy or effort into getting those things. And I'm super guilty of that. Like that's another conversation for another day. But yeah, I mean, Kim Kardashian, she said it the best. And I think she was calling me out. I think she literally said, hey, V, nobody wants to work these days. I was like, girl, why are you so loud? Why are you so loud? Yeah, so I've had these like false senses. I've had this false sense of success. And people would tell me that they're so proud of me and they're like, oh my gosh, this is incredible what you're doing. And it's like, I could never really receive it because I wasn't proud of myself, because I wasn't doing the things that meant a lot to me. I was doing things and I was making good money. Yeah, sure. But none of it meant anything to me. And that's why when shit hit the fan, I just let it all go. I was living somebody else's dream. I was wearing someone else's identity. I cared more about how I looked on the outside than how I felt on the inside. And I don't know. Like I felt like I was investing into looking like I was investing into myself, if that makes sense. So what's the cost? What is the cost of all my waiting? Well, time. time, the most sacred currency that we have. We say we'll start tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes, and then we say, oh, we'll start tomorrow. And then you blink your eye, and it's been 4, 5, 6, 10 years. 10 years have gone by. In this time, your dreams become dormant. You get further and further and further away from the light. You're like, you're down here, you're down. But seriously, you get so far, and bills start coming in. You start having children. You get into serious relationships. And like life hits you. You disconnect. You go on autopilot and you're just surviving. All the while, your soul, it's calling. It's calling. And you're just sending it to voicemail. My poor soul. In that time that you've been waiting, guess what again? Guess what? No fairy godmother. You're still not ready. There's still no perfect conditions. You think that you're protecting yourself by putting your dreams on the side, but you're literally just ghosting your soul. And when you ghost your soul, you never feel fulfilled in anything that you're doing that is not, well, what you're supposed to be doing, your dream, your passion, the things that fuel you. Even the good stuff just feels hollow. You may be able to mask it up for a while. You may even be able to, somewhat enjoy the new journey that you're going on to, but it just will never feel how you think it should. When it's something that you love and it's meant for you, even the days that you don't feel like doing it, you're super excited because you're building something that is yours. You're not building somebody else's dream up. You're building your dream up. How do I start reaching for my dreams when I have bills? I have children. I have to pay something. And if my dream is to become an actress and I have to go to acting school, how am I going to pay for acting school and work and take care of my family and yada, yada, yada? I have one suggestion that I know this will work for anybody, no matter what it is, no matter what you're going for, no matter what conditions or circumstances that you're in. And that one piece of advice that I have is to just start like right now. And it doesn't matter how big or how small it is or it may seem to you. If you just start right now, that will snowball. And that 5 minutes that you can put in today will turn into 5 hours next month. So it could be something as simple as just thinking and writing down your ideas, or thinking of a name, or maybe going out and buying a piece of equipment that's going to help move you in that direction. And just kind of putting up all these little things around you that are going to keep you in line and guiding you towards making that dream a reality. You have to start rebuilding that trust in yourself and showing up for yourself, because in that, you'll start showing up differently in spaces. Your aurora will be more vibrant and things will start feeling lighter, even in the struggle, even when things are falling apart and maybe you're not making ends meet to pay your bills. But you know what? You'll start thinking of different ways that you can still make this a reality. Like me wanting to start this podcast, my excuse was always that I didn't have enough time. I was working so much. And yes, I was working a lot, but I was working a lot so I could have a lot of money. And that money was being spent on things that, again, was more so making me look better. It had nothing to do with fueling my dreams or my creativity or anything that was important to me. And I was just working. And like, sure, I have things to show for it, but I wasn't happy. And I was wondering why I was feeling all these when I was, I had all these great things, but I don't know. Things are just things. And now that I'm in this space, I'm not working now. Now I'm really just focusing on making this. I've saved up a lot of money and I really do want to focus on building these things for myself. Now, maybe this doesn't take off and I'm making all the money that I need to be covering everything, but it's not about that. And I would rather cut back in other places in my life. Like, maybe I don't need to live here. Maybe I can live in a different place, or maybe I can drive a different car. Like, these are just things I'm thinking of right I'm not there yet, but these are things I'm thinking of because my duty to myself is to live a purposeful life. And I don't want to wake up one day and look back and think, wow, like I wish I would have done that. Or even how I am here, like I don't want to keep looking back and think, dang, like I wish I started sooner. Because in this time, I could be learning so many skills instead of having to compact everything right now and like overwhelm myself when I do have bills to pay and when I do have things that are really, really important that need to be taken care of. Before I didn't have all those struggles. And here I do now, but I'm managing it because I know that what I'm doing is for the better for myself. I kind of went on a little spiral, but in this struggle, it feels good. It feels like I'm growing. It doesn't feel like, oh my God, my life is falling apart. It feels like I'm growing. And it is uncomfortable. It's very challenging. And this is the first time in my life that I really have not really had a lot of income. And I'm not actively looking for a job. I'm really not. I'm really trying to just settle into this and be like, I have so much free time now. I get to work on my dreams. Like, how amazing is that? And I set myself up for this because I knew that this was really important to me. So I was thinking about that. I was like, I have to get into a place where I can. And I know that it sounds easier said than done. And you are going to be so much happier and so much more proud of yourself and like getting through these kind of situations if that means honoring yourself instead of just selling yourself to corporate. Gosh. But seriously, it's the changes are just absolutely undeniable. And even if you're still far, far, far away from what your goal is, you will feel those changes in your soul. You'll start remembering who you are, not the version of you that performs or people pleases to hide behind productivity, like myself, but the you that existed before the world told you who you should be, before you became afraid and before you started doubting your own magic. Which brings me to my next point. I kind of was dabbling in there, but focus on the journey and not the end goal. We must fall in love with the process. We can't get caught up in the end goal because if we do that, that's when the self-doubt really starts creeping up on us. We start comparing ourselves to other people, thinking that what we're doing isn't worth it and that it's going to fail and that we should have listened to what everybody else said. And we need to do something that's more safe and secure and just return to that job that's sucking the life and time and energy that we could be putting into the people that we love and the places that we want to see and our dreams. And you have to stop that. You have to focus on how good it feels to be watering your own plants and reflect on how much progress that you made and be proud of yourself for that, for doing the hard thing that a lot of people are not willing to do. It is so much easier to just do what everybody else is doing. It's safer. But you will always have that feeling in your stomach where you're just like, why me? And when shit hits the fan, it's so much easier to bounce back when you have been working through those hardships and when you've been changing the way that you're thinking and changing your narrative of how you look at the world and life. And you just really take that back and say, this is my bitch. This life is my bitch. And I can do anything that I want to do. I just have to do it. You start picking jobs that are more aligned with who you are. You become more selective about your relationships. You're not just doing things just to do things. The way that you dress, you're going to dress that feels like you're going to wear things that feel like you. Not just, is this will people like this? Who gives a fuck? This all develops in that journey. If you just skip to the end of the journey, you're not going to be the person that you would be if you went through all those hardships and all those struggles. And I compare it to the difference of microwaving something and baking something. Sure, the food is going to get finished. It's going to be edible. You can eat it. But is it still going to have the same flavor? Is it still going to be juicy? Is it going to crisp in your mouth the way that it would in an oven versus have you ever microwaved a pizza and then stuck it in the oven? Come on. The difference is huge. I don't trust people who put their pizza in the microwave. I don't. I'm just saying. But it's a huge difference. And you have to like romanticize these dreams. You have to think about it and be like, oh my gosh, that's going to be me. I'm going to be making money by doing the things that I love. You have to romanticize your dreams the same way that you romanticize that boy who literally gave you the most, I wouldn't even say he gave you an orgasm, who didn't even give you an orgasm, who doesn't text you back, who's good for literally nothing. You have to romanticize your dreams the same way that you romanticize that guy. You have to. Fall in love with watering your own grass and the effort that you put into yourself. That has infinite value, and that will take you to places that you can only imagine. And lastly, I want to finish this because I know that I've been just going on and on and on, but you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And this kind of just ties everything in together because the work is going to be so hard. You'll question yourself. You'll grieve old versions of yourself. You'll probably cry in your bathroom floor more than once. More than once. It may feel cringe at times. That thing that you're scared to post, the idea that feels like it's just way too much, that urge to dance, to speak, to show up boldly, like those are the things that you need to be doing, because on the other side of that cringe is like the new life that you've been dreaming about. Sure, people are going to have something to say, some things to say, but who cares? It's okay to put yourself out there. It's okay to challenge yourself. It's okay to change. It's okay to it's just okay to try. It's okay to try. And that's really just what I want to get at. Because we live in a world where we're just taught to be small and to suppress ourselves and to fit in to make everybody else comfortable and feel good about themselves. But that's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to yourself, and it's loving yourself and embracing yourself and showing up as yourself and letting other people see that. If you have a dream that like keeps coming back to you, it is your duty to honor that. And you're not lost. You're not late. So stop planning your dream life and just start living in it. Clumsy, messy, afraid, all of that. 5 minutes a day turns into 5 hours next month. Seriously, like 5 minutes of your day. What can you do? You want to be a dancer? Turn on some music and just dance. That's me saying that to myself. You want to be an artist? Go paint. Draw something. Draw a sun. You can draw a sun. You can do that. Don't wait for the fear to pass. The world doesn't need a quieter, smaller version of you. It needs your fire, your weird, your magic. So be so bold and loud and shameless with your dreams, because someone out there, and I promise you this, someone out there is waiting to see you go first. So then they can believe it's possible for them too. Again, these are words that I needed to say to myself as well. These are words that I need to hear, and I need to continuously remind myself. And I just want to thank you all for showing up today, and not just to this episode, but to yourself. And I hope that you just keep choosing you, keep dreaming boldly, and keep remembering that the world is already a better place just because you're in it. Until next time, thank you all.